What social media do they use? What websites do they frequent? What newspapers, if they're still in the 80s, what newspapers or magazines might they read? If anyone still reads magazines or newspapers. And where would they go for information? Hey, how are you doing? It's Alan here from Dublin. Now I want to take you through Facebook ads really quickly. I'm doing a few videos for small businesses because we all know right now small businesses are having a tough time. I don't know when you're going to watch this video, but it was recorded in 2021. Just when everything is opening back up again. It's an interesting time. But I want to talk about Facebook ads because Facebook ads are definitely one of the most effective ways of getting your message out there. Obviously, posting to social media, posting to Facebook, Instagram, etc. is great. LinkedIn, great. Pinterest, great. Obviously, YouTube, getting your videos out there on YouTube, brilliant. But as far as effective ways of, they're all, and SEO obviously is really important, plus local SEO as well. But they're all longer term things. They're things that you should be doing all of the time. Every month you do something in that area. And it's something you should be constantly doing. But as far as getting leads or sales quickly, nothing right now, in my opinion, nothing right now beats Facebook ads. Because the demographics they have, the information they have, it's just, you just can't get there anywhere else. So, Facebook ads are really important right now. Now, in this video, I just want to talk about the thought process before you do your Facebook ads. Before you even open up Facebook, look at the demographics, look at who you're going to target. So the very first step is, who are you going to target? Do you have a customer avatar? So there's lots of places online where you can create your customer avatar. Lots of great places. But you should know, before you do your Facebook ads, who your typical customer is. And this is easy because you know your customers. And there's going to be lots of different types of customers that come to you, but there's the 80-20 rule. 80% of them are probably falling into a specific demographic. So what is that? Is it women between the age of 25 and 45 who are interested in home furnishings? Is it men between the age of 20 and 40 who like Tony Robbins? What social media do they use? What websites do they frequent? What newspapers, if they're still in the 80s, what newspapers or magazines might they read? If anyone still reads magazines or newspapers. And where would they go for information? All of this stuff we need to write down and give it a specific name. This one is Aoife. She is a female between the age of 25 and 45. She has 3 kids. She is interested in home furnishings. She watches these YouTubers who all talk about home furnishings. She works part-time. Everything. You want to know everything about your customer avatar. And it is just a conglomeration of your 80% of your clients that come to you. Just one person that you can focus on, you can target. So your marketing is just more focused when you have a good customer avatar. Now, customer avatar isn't new. Anyone who's done any marketing program is going to know about a customer avatar. But just as I'm talking to small businesses, you should put that together. You should have a photograph, a picture. You can get the pictures online. A picture, all the name, the age range. You can have a specific age, you can have an age range. All of the places they go, what they're interested in, what social media they use. Does she use Pinterest, etc., etc. And a whole profile written out. So when you're writing your marketing, you know exactly who you're talking to. Super important. Super important. So that's before you even go near Facebook. Now, the second thing before you go near Facebook is your messaging and what you're going to offer that person. So this is super important. So I would suggest that when you do your Facebook ad first, you don't go straight for the sale. Now, it depends what it is, because sometimes going straight for the sale may be the right thing to do. But for the majority of people, you don't want to go straight for the sale, or you want to do what's called a tripwire. So this is really simple. All it means is you take one of your products, and not everybody can do this. I understand that if you're selling high-end radiators, you don't have a lot of cheap products. Or if you're selling high-end home furnishings, but a lot of people have like a particular product they use that's really, really, it's not cheap, but it's really good value. And it's lower cost than a lot of their other products. And this is what a tripwire is. So we are going to offer something at cost, an incredible value online, because it's easier to sell to a customer than it is to a prospect. A customer who's dealt with you before, maybe talked to you, knows your company, is going to buy much faster than a prospect who knows nothing about you. So the tripwire basically is a low cost product initially in order to get them onto your invoicing system, onto your customer roles, or turn them into a customer. So I'm going to offer something at incredible value. So for example, if you are a designer, let's say you are a high-end fashion designer and you do weddings, so maybe you also do things, also do smaller things, like you might do beautiful silk pillowcases, or you might do, right now you could be doing masks or something like that, although masks are difficult to sell on Facebook. They have lots of restrictions around that. Anything medical is very, very difficult. So, but you have some product that doesn't cost as much as your other products. And maybe you can push that down to cost to get people on your customer roles, because you're going to pay for them if in the Facebook ad to get them as a customer. But the second time you sell to them, they're free. This is what McDonald's do. So they'll say the super value meal, it's like €1. Come on in, get a super value meal, whatever it happens to be. It's basically cost nothing. It's basically costing them that much to get you in the door. They're discounting that to get you in the door, because they know if you come once, you'll come again, you might come back with your family and you might buy a lot more that time. So it's just basically get someone in as a customer. Now, obviously we can do things like, for instance, if you're a solicitor, there can be a free consultation to start. Something like that. Come in and talk to us about your problems. We'll talk to you at no cost, or very, very little cost, whatever it happens to be, to get them in the door. Or if you're an interior designer, you're a blind manufacturer, you might say, we can go to your house and measure your blinds. But it's all about just getting those customers onto your roles so that you can start dealing with them. And then when you upsell them, later on, they're going to want to buy other things. And that's where your profit comes in. You're making nothing. You're making nothing from your Facebook ad. And you may say, hey, Alan, I don't want to make nothing from my Facebook ad. Well, okay. You can send them straight to buying your most expensive product, but I just don't think they're going to do it initially. Give them something at a ridiculous price, what we call a tripwire, get them in, they are a customer, we can email them again later on and upsell them from there. So they're a long-term customer. And even the tripwire product that's at cost, you could be losing money on, depending on how your financials are. You could be losing money on it or breaking even. But I would suggest that it's at least breaking even. And even with that, you give them your top service, so they're coming back for the other services later on. So even though you're not making any money on it, you give them a great service, so they're coming back later on. So this is really important. This is your tripwire. This is more around strategy. It's not around the technicalities of Facebook ads, which you can learn. I might do another video on it, but you can learn them anywhere. But this is about strategy. And I would suggest your very first time you're connecting with the customer, you have your customer avatar and you're doing a tripwire to get them in the door. And whatever it is, you know your business better than me. Is it a free consultation? Is it a free measuring service? Is it a really, really low cost product that you can get out there to get them onto your customer rolls and upsell them later on. There's a whole bunch of things it can be, but this is the overall strategy. Before you go near Facebook, you need to work out this strategy. And once you work that out, once you've custom your avatar worked out and your strategy as far as your, whether you give it a free consultation, whatever your tripwire is, once you have that worked out, writing the ad is easy after that, because you know who you're talking to and you know what you're offering them. And you're giving them an incredible deal. Incredible deal. So I'm going to finish this video here. This is just for small business. Just want to give a bit of strategy for small business, because I've been in digital for forever, over 20 years. So I just want to give a little bit of strategy to small business. A lot of small businesses struggling now, they're opening back up, and it's time for them to start prospering again. Let's take it back away from Amazon. Let's give it back to small business, the real lifeblood of the economy. So this has been Alan here. Thank you for listening.